Welcome, folks, to the 2025 NFL season preview video. This time, the NFC West, the last division prediction video before we get to the Super Bowl prediction video, which is going to happen on Tuesday. So get ready for that prediction. And it's going to be the episode that would end the 2025 NFL season preview videos. If you have enjoyed them, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, also hit that notification bell for more sports news. Without further ado, let's get to the NFC West. So, in fourth place in the NFC West, this is a tough division. Last year, I had the Seahawks, which they did finish in second place. This year, a little change up. I have the Cardinals going 7-10 under Jonathan Gannon, of course. Biggest question is, can Kyler Murray still get healthy? Now, he had a fully healthy season, of course, but mainly the question is their defense needs to improve this year. Now, they added some big time, of course, Walter Nolan in the draft. They did sign Calais Campbell on the 1-year deal, so he's only going to be there for 1 year. I think one of their best signings was Josh Sweat. They got him from Philadelphia. And I do believe he is going to get some sacks for this Jonathan Gannon defense. But optimistic, this is going to be a big year for Marvin Harrison, who last year in his rookie year he had some good moments in his first year, but this year a lot of Cardinals fans are hoping that he has his big year this year in year two. So the worst scenario, and I think this could be their worst scenario. 7-10 record. If they don't get out and perform very well, and again, they still have to play the Niners, who they're going to be healthy, of course. Of course, right now, wide receiver issues right now. The Seahawks could be very good with Sam Darnold, and the Rams got too many weapons. They could end up being a 7-10 record. But their ceiling could be maybe this high. If they find a way to maybe split with Seattle, split with San Francisco, but they have to split with the Rams. Last year they got swept. I believe they split with the Rams. I will assume they sweep the 49ers. They would go in a 9-8 record and maybe in the thick of the playoffs, because last year they were so close to getting in the playoffs until their elimination came after their loss to the Carolina Panthers last season. So they're hoping to build up from last season to this year, but I have them going 7-10 this year. In third, I have the Seattle Seahawks with a 9-8 record. I think after all the talk about Geno Smith gone, going to Raiders, DK Metcalf gone, going to the Steelers, Tyler Lockett gone to the Titans, they bring in some replacements. They got, of course, Sam Darnold in the free agency. Of course, that was a big-time move. And they gave him a $105 million deal for a guy that just came to Minnesota and had one good season. Could he make it two? Of course, this year it's going to be a little different. Of course, Clint Kubiak is going to be their new offensive coordinator after moving on with Ryan Grubb. And he is going to be throwing to Jackson Smith-Njigba and their new wideout, Cooper Kupp, who is back in Washington, where he played his college career in Eastern Washington. So we'll see if he can be a healthy Cooper Kupp. But that third wide receiver is going to be very interesting. Now, they did sign Marquez Valdes-Scantling, who did have some clutch moments with the Kansas City Chiefs. I think he could bring that clutch moment in Seattle for Sam Darnold. Of course, they're going to hope Kenneth Walker can get healthy this year. The tight end room is going to be interesting after moving on with Noah Fant. They did draft Elijah Ariola, the tight end from Miami, so he's going to need to have a big-time step up this year. I think the defense is going to be okay. I think their defense is still really good. Of course, their second-year defensive tackle, Byron Murphy, is going to need to have a big year, of course, at that D-line with Leonard Williams. Secondary should get better, of course. Rick Woolen needs to have a good year, of course, in his third year. Plus, as well as Devin Witherspoon, who also should have a big year too. The floor is this 9-8 record, and yes, they still have to play their NFC West foes, the 49ers, the Rams, of course, but their schedule could still get them headaches. I give them a 9-8 record, but their ceiling could be this. If they do go out and beat San Francisco week one, they go out and beat the Rams, of course, and they get some real competitive football with Sam Darnold as their quarterback. I think this is a 10-7 team, and you could see the Seahawks soaring high to the playoffs and maybe winning the NFC West. So that's my ceiling for them, but I got them 9-8 this year, and they'll fall a bit short to the playoffs. In second place, I have a close race between the Rams and the 49ers, but because where the 49ers and the Rams are going with, as of recorded, of course, Matthew Stafford dealing with a back injury, plus the 49ers dealing with wide receiver injuries. With that being said, I have the 49ers with an 11-6 record in second place, which means the Rams will win the division back-to-back this year. Of course, we'll start with San Francisco. Last year, they went 6-11. Nobody expected them to go 6-11. Of course, if you guys have a floor scenario with the 49ers had a 6-11 record, then good job. Congratulations. This year's going to be a little different, of course, but no Deebo Samuel. He's now in San Francisco. He's now in Washington. Ayuk is injured, of course. They did, however, acquired Sky Moore from the Kansas City Chiefs, who is going to come in to fill some guys who are injured. I just mentioned Ayuk, Jawan Jennings, DeMarcus Robinson is going to be suspended 3 games. So he's going to come in as a number 2, number 3 receiver as of right now. But the defense is going to be a little change. There's going to be changes in that 49ers secondary. Of course, they did draft Mikal Williams, who's going to step up with alongside Bryce Huff and Nick Bosa. But I also love that they brought back Robert Saleh as their defensive coordinator. Now, will it be the same defensive scheme that he had in 2019? Yes, but he's going to have to work with some younger players. And I do believe this is their ceiling. If these younger players from the defense do get this 2019 defensive form, and Brock Purdy, CMC, George Kittle, Ayuk, Ricky Pearsall all have breakout years, they could end up winning the division with a 12-5 record. The floor could be this. If their wide receiver room is banged up and they feel like they're going back to last season and the defense is not where a lot of 49ers fans wanted to see under Robert Saleh as their defensive coordinator, I think this could be a 9-8 record, and they might be falling short once again to the playoffs. But I think the 49ers will get back to the playoffs with an 11-6 record. Now to the Rams. I also have them as an 11-6 record, but with tiebreakers, I have the Rams winning the NFC West. Now, I know concerns of Matthew Stafford's back injury. I don't think that's going to affect him this season. But the question is, who's replacing Cooper Kupp? Well, we just figured it out. They brought in Devontae Adams, who had a slug year, of course, with the Raiders and the Jets. Now he's going to come in with Puka Nacua and the Rams offense. They did brought back Kyron Williams on an extension, which he deserved it. Offense is going to be okay. My only good thing about it is their defense. Their defense is going to, I believe their defense is going to be the best young defense in the NFL. Last year, I thought the Rams may stunk if Jarek Verse is not Aaron Donald. Well, Jarek Verse is trying to become the next Aaron Donald, and look at him right now. I think Aaron Donald should be happy with Jarek Verse right now. But again, I do think this division is still tough, and I get it. Matthew Stafford, Sean McVay, that chemistry is going to get them to win that division this year. The floor, if Matthew Stafford missed time, let's say missed the 4 games with a back injury, and the defense is not where they go, they probably end up going in a 9-8 record. But if Matthew Stafford is ready to go for week 1, and the defense could be a top 2, top 3 defense, they could win 12 games, and I would say the Rams will win the NFC West. That is it. And I'll see you guys on Tuesday for my Super Bowl 60 predictions video. Hello there. If you have not seen my other videos, go check them out on my channel. Of course, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell for more sports news.